Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. It is currently Sunday, the last day of the week. We got almost 12 hours left until we get another new weekly candle, and currently things are not looking good for Bitcoin. So right now, if we go on the short-term time frame, as you can see, Bitcoin is once again bouncing from that level that I talked yesterday in my video, our weekly pivot resistance one at 106. We touched it yesterday once, as I said in my previous video. As you can see, we got a perfect bounce from here, and right now the price did went up actually to our second, I think that's the Woody weekly resistance. So at 109 basically we perfectly touched that weekly pivot resistance, and then price rejected from there, and right now is testing once again that weekly resistance as support. But things are not looking good for Bitcoin, as I said, right now, since the stock markets also are having a correction while also finding support at our weekly pivot support one. But basically for Bitcoin right now, if we close below, if we close below our all-time high, previous all-time high, then on the weekly and the monthly we are creating a swing fail pattern basically, which is not good for Bitcoin. If we close below, as you can see, the previous all-time highs, it will basically confirm that swing fail pattern, and I will be looking for a possible bigger correction, maybe to the low 90s, 94. So I'm still not confident that it will happen, since we do have a lot of strong support that we first need to lose in order for that move to happen. But basically on the weekly and the monthly, the RSI is almost at the 80 line, so maybe I can see some kind of a cool off, basically a rejection from here. Also another reason for that, as you can see, we got our open interest going up right here and our CVD going down. So basically this is a bearish sign. That means a lot of shorts are opening right here, and as you can see, yesterday and today we actually, on these moves down, basically these two times that we touched this weekly pivot resistance, we got a lot of long positions liquidated right here, as you can see. And basically also, if we look at our liquidation heat map, as you can see, we've got a lot of liquidity sitting, more liquidity to the downside basically than on the top right now. Basically all of that liquidity will take us to around 100k. So as I said, 100k is basically our last, like in this region right here, basically is our stronger support. My last support is 97k. So basically with this week right here, which also consolidates perfectly with our weekly pivot support, 97k will be my worst case scenario. So right now, if we dump to there, this should be a 10, almost 9% of a correction. And if we measure from the top that we made at 111, almost 112k, basically this will be that 12 to 13% correction, which will be completely normal. As I said in my previous video, that we need a bigger correction, something like this, in order to continue to the upside and take and make newer highs. Basically it's a very, very needed correction in my opinion, and this is why I'm also sitting in a short position right now over on Hyperliquid, as you can see. So basically I'm targeting the 100k region for this trade, then I'm gonna be taking the profits. Basically this is right now my trading plan, because as I said, if you're longing right here, I don't know what other YouTubers, they're being very, very bullish right now, but if you're taking a fresh long positions at the highs, then you're doing something wrong in my opinion. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but me personally, I would not long basically the top. I would wait, as I said, for some kind of a pullback to around here, basically this yellow box that I made, our weekly support tree, basically at 97k, and then I will be looking right here for some new long positions. So basically that's why I took this short trade from 109k. Basically I took it, as you can see, from this rejection 109. Once I saw that the price is struggling here and rejecting, then I took that trade. So I think I'm going to be keeping it with a tight stop loss, basically set right here at around 111, 110k. And I'll see if this plays out as I think it will. Basically the altcoins are not doing great, so Ethereum also back in our range right here. As you can see, it's falling currently below that POC, as you can see right here, and also below our weekly pivot, which is a bad sign also for Ethereum. Right here we fall below it. Solana also falling below that weekly pivot, but is currently finding support at our POC. So basically if we lose that, then I can see lower price targets at around 166 to 161 basically for Solana. Currently the one coin that is keeping strong is Hype, basically the token of Hyperliquid. It's keeping very strong, as you can see on the daily, since it's currently staying above that last all-time high basically. So if it manages to stay above, then maybe it can make even higher price targets. It can reach like $40 or maybe 45, 50. But if Bitcoin also dumps to the downside, basically I'm expecting that the altcoins will follow. It does not matter which altcoins, if they are doing better than others, all of them will follow. Also the Bitcoin dominance, guys, if we look at it right here, basically it's right now closed some candles above that weekly resistance, and it's looking strong now. So I will hold off for altcoins for a while until the Bitcoin dominance starts looking weak again and make something like this, probably reject from our pivot resistance. Then I'll be looking for longs on altcoins. But for now, as I said, I'm sitting short still, waiting for another opportunity for a long position. As I said, also the dollar still weak, but maybe next week when the CME markets opens, then we can maybe see some kind of push to the upside basically for the dollar, for the Dixie. Also I'm expecting some kind of a move, possibly once again to the downside for the stock markets once they open tonight. Basically the CME markets, they open, I think, let me check, yeah, in about 10 hours exactly they open, and we will have a new weekly candle once again also for the CME market. So basically this candle right here, the weekly candle, is looking bearish in my opinion, since we got a full red body basically. So this indicates that sellers have stepped in also on the stock market, and it's possible that we open with a gap down to the downside basically, in my opinion, since we've also been having a bigger move, like almost a month only to the upside also for the stock market. So the same as Bitcoin, a very impulsive strong move to the upside. It's due for a correction basically. The same 1 month also only upside for Bitcoin, and the same for stock market. Basically this is my outlook for now. And as I said, on Bitcoin there are a lot of liquidations sitting below right here, as you can see. And also if we look at the crypto fear and greed index, we are consolidating right here. So it's possible that we go, if we start dumping, that we go back into the neutral zone right here, and even possibly in the fear zone if we dump below 100k, in my opinion. Now if we look at the longs to shorts ratio, as you can see right now, a lot of more shorts have opened. So as I said, there are a lot of shorts right here opening since the CVD is going down and the open interest sub. And you can also see that right here on the major exchanges, there are a lot, almost 53%, 56%, almost 5%. There are more shorts than longs currently in the market. So this indicates that a more aggressive push to the downside is possible. As I said, I'm expecting that move possibly to right here. The worst case scenario, next week we will also be having new pivot points for the next week, and basically if we hold this value area low right here, then it's possible that we make something like this and then bounce. So basically 102 until 100, or maybe we take out this wick right here, so the price can make something like this. I'm expecting after we take off that liquidity basically to the 100k, then the price can start moving up once again once we liquidate all the late longs, as I said. But as of currently, there are many people shorting this because it did make, as I said, a bearish structure right here on the weekly, also kind of a bearish divergence. Also the RSI is being oversold, and on the monthly that possible swing fail pattern that will confirm if depends how we close this candle today. In about 12 hours everything can change, we can still pump to the upside. As I said, that's why I'm keeping a tight stop loss for my trade basically. But as of right now, I'm still leaning more bearish until we hit my price target of 99 to 100k basically. If we lose 97k, then the next target will probably be this range right here. As you can see, maybe we find some kind of a support like right here. It's possible that we bounce from the low 90s, like 92 to 93k, and then maybe we can get something like this. It is very possible. That's a other scenario that I'm looking at. But as of right now, as I said, the next week will tell everything once the markets open in about 10 hours. So that's my outlook for today, and I hope you liked the video. Subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.